You should be able to hear me good. I just wanted to react, man. So okay, a few things. Obviously I've been gone recently. You know what I'm saying? I've been gone about a week. You know, you guys notice. I've been working on something else. Gonna announce it soon. I'm waiting for everything to come through. I'm waiting for everything to be official. I'm waiting for everything to be right, and then I'm going to announce what I've been working on. It's a really good. It kind of ties in what I do as a content creator on YouTube and everything. So I'm kind of excited. And it's just gonna kind of help me grow more and get a bigger fan base. So I'm gonna wait again. I'm gonna wait until it's ready, and then I'm gonna kind of promote it and tell you guys about it. I'll post it on YouTube and start putting everything in my description. But anyway, man, now that we got that out of the way, we got to react to the most recent NBA blockbuster trades. Like I said, bruh, keep up the NBA, keep up my teams, keep up the trades. Now, well, this first one isn't really my team, but you got the Charlotte Hornets. Are trading guard LaMelo Ball and Josh Green to the Minnesota Timberwolves for Naz Reid, a 2033 unprotected pick, first round pick, three first round pick swaps, 28, 29, 30, and three second round picks. 29, 2032, 2033. Now, I get it, Charlotte. So I get so Charlotte, you're trying to rebuild, but I don't get why. So you had Brandon Miller, you had Concanoopel, the Concanoopel guy, whatever. Then you had LaMelo. You guys just made it. I mean, you guys were damn near almost in the playoffs this season. You guys just made it in. Now, I guess people were saying that maybe I did look it up, and people were saying that Melo spends too much time injured, bro. But it's like you guys just damn near made the playoffs. So again, kind of like with the Timberwolves again with the Timberwolves when they went to the Western Conference Finals, they lost. I'm like, why didn't you run that roster back again? Hornets here, I'm saying the same thing. Why didn't you kind of try to run that roster back? Run it one more time with LaMelo. You know what I'm saying? And LaMelo's not that old. I think he's either my age or a bit year younger than me. So it's like it's to just trade him off without even trying, without even trying again with Concanoopel and Brandon Miller is kind of crazy to me. Even though he does spend time injured, that is kind of crazy to me. But they did it. Um, Again, I'm gonna say it over and over again. Charlotte Hornets should have ran it back. They should have ran it back. Melo's not that old. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he was dealing injuries this season, but he could have came bounced back next season, and then Hornets could have been winning the ring. Who knows? But anyway, now this does change the Timberwolves. You got Anthony Edwards and LaMelo pairing up. Two young guys. I wonder how this is gonna work. They sent away Naz Reid, who, in my opinion, Naz Reid is a good 3-point shooter. So I wonder. I haven't played. I know that. Okay, I know the Timberwolves also sent away Julius Randle as well. They did send away Julius Randle too. I don't have that video that covered up, but we're talking about it. Um, so I don't know, and I'm not really a big Minnesota Timberwolves fan, so I don't know what their rosters really look like. You know, so they got Anthony Edwards and LaMelo too. I think they traded away. They might have traded away someone too, Kyle Anderson or someone else. Timberwolves have been making moves this offseason too that I've been keeping up with because they're not exactly my team. But yeah, Melo's to the Wolves, bro. I think they should try to run it back. I think the Hornets should try to run it back before just trading Melo. Again, he's only in his like mid-20s at most. If not, I think he's a year younger. If not a year older than me. I think I'm older than him, if I'm not mistaken. I swear he's young. I swear he's young as hell. But yeah, man, it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comments about this trade. Should the Hornets have run it back, or should they have or did they make the right move and trade for the Timberwolves? Even though I guess even though Melo spent some time injured last season. Let me know in the comments, bruh. All right, up next, we got John Morant traded to the Trailblazers for Jeremiah Grant and Chris Murray. Now, it was about time, in my opinion. It was about time for John Morant to go out the Grizzlies. They had a squad a few years ago, 3-4 years ago, but they kind of diminished that squad. Everyone's gone now. Dalen Brooks, Desmond Bain, and then just the controversy. Where I was looking at the graphic, just all the controversy he went through. Injuries, off-court drama. We know all that. It kind of hindered his time in Memphis, and kind of, I don't know. I get why they'd want to rebuild, and then they really haven't won anything with him. I mean, they went to the playoffs once or twice, had beef with the Warriors, and then didn't make it past the first or second round. You know what I'm saying? They never made it to the Western Conference Finals with Ja. And I think Ja, if he just focused up, bro, Ja could be a talent. He came in the league looking like prime Derrick Rose. You know what I'm saying? I know he's a bit older now, but Ja, maybe it's for the better. I don't know. Trailblazers. I know they got Damian Lillard still in their back pocket. I think I believe he was injured last season, or he got injured or something like that. So I know they got talent over. They got Damian Lillard, John Morant. They got some other people that I'm not thinking of right now. They did just. We're gonna cover it later. Go cover it now. We'll cover it now. Aiden. So the Lakers. My Lakers did trade Aiden, which I'm thankful for. I am thankful that the Lakers are trading Aiden to the Wizards. Oh, it's Trail. My bad. I got it mixed up. My bad. I thought he was going to Trailblazers. My bad. Ignore that. We'll cover that later. But anyway, John, I know they got some talent at the Portland Trailblazers. I'm not a big Portland fan. I know they got Damian Ja, the Denny Avdija, Denny Avdija guy, whatever, that was given he was giving the Lakers a run for the money, I think, in the first round, wasn't he? Or some team. He was giving some team in the West. It was the Spurs. It was the Spurs. That was right. Sorry, I kind of forget. I'm a busy man. I'm busy. I'm a scatterbrained. So, yes, it was the Spurs that the Trailblazers that Denny Avdija gave a hard time to and that was without Damian Lillard, without John Morant. So, kind of interested to see, man. Let me know what you guys think about the comments of this trade. I think it was well deserved. I think it was time. I think it was time for both sides to move on. Memphis from Ja and John from Memphis. So, all right, and then I think we've got besides the Giannis to Heat trade, I think we got the biggest one here. Blockbuster. This is Shams. The Boston Celtics have agreed to trade Jaylen Brown to the Philadelphia 76ers for Paul George, 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks, sources tell. I'm surprised because the Celtics have always been like a good team. I swear they've made it. If they haven't won a ring, they won a ring 2 years ago, but they've always been in the Eastern Conference Finals. They at least made it to the second round. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. Now, I guess maybe there was drama between Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. I guess maybe not them, but I'm saying like the dynamic of them and like the media getting in between with like the salary and who was the true number one option. Because Jaylen Brown could lead the team just fine without Tatum. He put the team on. Like I said that in the past too. I said that during the season. I said that Jaylen Brown pretty much put the Celtics on his back without Jason Tatum until Tatum came back in March or April. Now, I am surprised. That's what I was saying. I am surprised they only got 2. Okay, no, they did. I read that wrong. They got 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks. Okay. Because I remember that the Celtics were asking for like 4 first-round picks for Jaylen Brown, and I see why. You know what I'm saying? I agree. So, this is not surprising. Paul George and a few first-round picks for the Celtics to also rebuild. And Paul George in the playoffs, bro, he wasn't playing that bad for the 76ers. In fact, remember, the 76ers eliminated the Boston Celtics in the first round. So Paul George contributed. He was not playing bad in that playoff series. Now, as for the regular season, I don't know. And, Podcast P, I don't know. And honestly, if they can make the playoffs, it doesn't matter. But if Paul George goes Podcast P, you know what I'm saying, during the season, or he gets hurt or something like that, Jason Tatum's got to carry by himself, and this is wasted. Now, did they trade for picks in this draft or for like next draft? Because it doesn't say like for the 2027 draft. So I'm guessing, and this might be low IQ on my end, but I'm guessing it had to be for this draft, right? And I don't watch college ball. I'm gonna start watching college ball this season, bruh. I don't keep up with it, man. So I don't know who they would have potentially got drafted. But I don't know if this is like for the future. I wish Shams would have clarified here. Is this 2 first-round picks like in this? Because at the time, you know what I'm saying, at the time the draft hadn't happened, I believe. I believe the draft had not had happened yet at the time this trade went off, or it was happening or something. So, I mean, it says this is just posted on July 1st. So I don't know. Okay, I think maybe the draft was over. So maybe this is talking about future drafts. But still, they got decent trade. Paul George just needs to stay healthy in the regular season, in my opinion, for him and Jason Tatum to become contenders. I don't know. Again, I haven't been paying attention to all the trades, just the major blockbuster ones. I don't know who else the Celtics have traded. I did see something about Peyton Pritchard getting off or something like that, going to another team or looking for another team, or another team was trying to get him. And I could see that too. Peyton Pritchard, in my opinion, he could low-key be a 3rd or 4th option on a team. In my opinion, from what I've seen, especially on the Celtics, you know what I'm saying? You take time, you grow as a player. You know what I'm saying? You spend enough time coming off the bench, you want to start and roll. So I did see that with Pritchard. So the Celtics, it's going to be kind of interesting to see, what you guys are doing. I did see you guys resign Quater or something like that. Did you guys get I feel like, hold on, let me see. Let me look it up really quick. I can't. So I feel like you guys got someone else, no? Besides this, no, you guys didn't do anything big? No. Yeah, it's just all spam. Okay. Maybe I'm tripping, but maybe if I remember it. But yeah, man, in my opinion, this goes through. Playoff Podcast P. Paul George, you see be good during this regular season. Jaylen Brown, oh yeah, no, let me get on this now. Now, Joel Embiid, there's no excuse. You have Tyrese Maxey, you have VJ Edgecombe, and you have Jaylen Brown. There's no excuse. And Joel Embiid, you're 30-something, I believe. I'm not trying to go at you. I'm just saying, you're not the... Maybe you are the main option. I don't know. You don't have to be the main option. You know what I'm saying? You have people to help you now. You have younger VJ Edgecombe, Tyrese Maxey, younger guys. You got Jaylen Brown about middle age. I think he's like 28, 29. You got you in your 30s, and you have hella talent. So Joel Embiid, bro, if you don't win a ring here within the next 1 to 3 years, I'd say, you know what I'm saying, because you got to take time to get chemistry, build around, build a good bench up. After this, because the 76ers did trade away their future, basically. They traded away like 2 first-rounders and 2 second-rounders. So it's like you take time to adjust to that. But Joel Embiid, Eastern Conference Finals, no excuse. No excuse, bro. And you better be injury free, man, and you better be producing. There's no excuse anymore. You have help. You have more help than Ben Simmons. You know what I'm saying? You have more help than when you had Ben Simmons. You have more help than you had Tobias Harris. More help than you had James Harden, bro. This is damn near. I'm not trying to glaze, but this is like in today's league, this is like an all-star starter lineup. You got four dudes that can ball. So Joel Embiid, bro, no excuses. I don't want to hear anything, man. Eastern Conference Finals are bust at most. And I only say Eastern Conference Finals, bro, because I know some teams can turn it up in the Eastern Conference Finals and kind of get this edge on you and surprise if you underestimate them. No, actually, I'm saying 76ers Finals are bust, bro. You guys got a Finals or bust within 2 to 3 years. You guys got all the talent. You guys got experience. You guys got developing guys. You guys got middle-aged guys. You guys got everything. Now, your bench might be a bit questionable, but still, you got the core four. So, I don't want to hear anything, man. All right, let me know what you think in the comments about the Paul George Jaylen Brown trade. I think it went through. I think it's nice. I just think Paul George needs to perform in the regular season for the Celtics to be taken considered seriously and to make it to the playoffs. But again, if he doesn't work out, they do got the 2 first-round picks and the 2 second-round picks to kind of build their future up. So, all right, another big one. I'd say like the last big one. Kawhi Leonard, I couldn't find like an actual graphic, bro. I don't know if the deal went through or not, if they're still finalizing it. But Kawhi Leonard, I guess he went to the Toronto Blue Jays, and they're showing a look. So we're back to the video really quick.
On Calhoun and look,
Toronto,
Mr. Martinez, the
video play.
NBA Finals MVP is
Kawhi!
in the house.
So much clout.
And fans are just realizing it, and he's getting a standing O.
That's pretty awesome.
Yo, Toronto's happy to see him. Yo, welcome back, Kawhi.
You can't go anywhere.
2 on Calhoun and
but yeah, so
here, Mr.
I was gonna say this. Yes, Kawhi got drafted, or not? He got traded to the Toronto Raptors, bro. Obviously, he won a chip back in 19. He beat the Warriors to get his chip, well-earned ring. He did get kind of lucky because the Warriors got injured that season. Just gonna put that on there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna blame my Warriors. So, but yeah, man, Kawhi, I'm happy to see you. You try. See, I rock with Kawhi because he always chooses the unpopular opinion. I think he had the chance to choose between the Lakers and the Clippers, and he went to the Clippers instead of going to play with LeBron. And that would have been crazy. That would have been crazy in itself to see LeBron and Kawhi together. That'd have been nasty. So I do got to rock with Kawhi, and then he is going to Toronto, I think, for the player option. I don't think the Clippers want to extend him, or something was going on. And I think at one point he's in trades to go back to the Spurs too, if I'm not mistaken, from what I was hearing. But yeah, I mean, do what's best for you, Kawhi. Toronto Raptors. I don't really know. I gotta stop sleeping on them, bro. But I don't really know who they got. They were trying to hype me up. Let's look up this, bro. Let me look up this really quick. Toronto. Showing the summer league. Okay, so they got Emmanuel Quick. Okay, RJ Barrett. I know RJ Kawhi, Scotty Barnes. Okay, damn. Okay, all right. Dang. Okay. Maybe I'm kind of sleeping on the Raptors now. Damn, they're all average. Poto, you gotta step it up, but you're a center, bro. So you're more than get rebounds. But damn, they're all averaging 17 plus. Okay, Raptors. You got Kawhi, Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett. Emmanuel quickly. I'm not too familiar with you, bro. I'm familiar with everyone else. Okay. All right, Raptors. I gotta see what your bench is looking like, but maybe you guys are doing something. And I believe Raptors are in the East, right? They're in the Eastern Conference. Yeah, because they beat the Warriors in the finals, so they're in the Eastern Conference. So, all right, Raptors. Maybe you guys are doing something this season. Kawhi going back to going back with the youngins to win. I can't blame you for that, bro, at all. But yeah, I think there was more to it. I'm not entirely sure. I just know he went back for like deal purposes and money, I think, and his player options and stuff like that. But I mean, it's well deserved. He won them a ring. You know what I'm saying? Toronto's obviously happy to have him back there, and I respect it because Kawhi's always went back to his roots. He's never going to like a mainstream team, and never has. He was drafted to the Spurs, so you can't get him on the fact. He was drafted to the Spurs. So, all right, man. Yeah, let me know what you think. Comments about this trade. What was he? Hold on, what was he traded for? Contenders. Yeah, we'll look it up. Spelling might be odd, bro, but it's all good. Let me just look it up really quick on Google for you guys, so I know, because I got to know. Like I said, bro, I've been busy. Man. I can't know everything. Damn. Okay, the Raptors received Leonard in exchange for multiplayer and multi-package included. Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick. Okay, first round picks. Okay, they got multiple first round picks, second round. Okay, so it didn't come without a price, and that's worth it. Kawhi, that's worth it to me. You know what I'm saying? Clippers. He was their main star there, wasn't he? On the Clippers. So a 27 per. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. You know what I'm saying? They even got a first round pick with Toronto. You know what I'm saying? Next draft. Yeah. This is legit to me, bro. They got their value to me. I think everything was fine. Kawhi, I mean, I don't know the exact detail of why he wanted to go back to Toronto or, why he wanted to leave LA. Obviously, things are working out. He was having no playoff success there. Paul George is gone now. So, yeah, man. Let me know what you think in the comments about this trade, man. Kawhi, I think the Clippers got what you were worth. And I think the Raptors got a good player, especially, coming in with Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrett, too. So, yeah, man. All right, guys, let me know in the comments about that trade. Go on to the next one now. These next two kind of go hand in hand. All right, the breaking Los Angeles Lakers are acquiring Walker Kessler from the Utah Jazz for unprotected first-round picks in 2031 and 2033, and first-round swaps in 2028 and 2030. Okay, so we got Walker Kessler, and the Jazz basically took our future picks. Now, I did want to hold on. I did want to I did want to say the Stephen. I want to react to this too. The Stephen A. Smith video. Give me one second. Oh. Where's this? Oh shit! It went over here. Now Stephen A. Smith. Let me put this here. Let me exit out. I'm gonna get to the moment. The Stephen A. Smith. We're gonna react to it too. The video of him like talking about all the Lakers starters being white or whatever, something like that. And I've been seeing rumors, about the Lakers. People saying the Lakers got gentrified. I'm just laughing my ass off about it. Anyway, man. So Walker Kessler, I looked it up, and he averages. I think this season he put up about a double. So I think a 14-point double or a 10-point. I think it was 14 points and 10 rebounds, if I'm not mistaken, or vice versa. It was either that or vice versa. Now Walker Kessler, bro, I don't. This doesn't immediately make any headlines, and I'm just gonna say this now. These trades go in hand, and we mentioned this earlier. DeAndre Ayton was traded, and we did get 2 second-round picks from the Wizards for that. And now, that's gonna be interesting too, because I'm gonna talk about that in a second about DeAndre Ayton and his role on the Wizards. Now, Walker Kessler, this isn't like you don't make any major headlines to me, but you are playing with Luka now, and it is the Luka's Lakers. So anything could happen, you know what I'm saying? He made DeAndre Ayton look good for a couple plays. Maybe he could make you look good. I know you're kind of sus pause, but I know you're kind of younger too. You are put up a double. I just don't know. I think Luka wants a premier big man, bro. But it's like my idea of a big man, bro. They don't bring in if you want a premier big man, bro, bring in Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Bring in. Well, you're not getting Wemby. You know what I'm saying? Try to get Jokic. You know what I'm saying? Well, Youngins are trading him away for anything. So him and Luka playing together probably never happen. But I don't know. Like when I think of like an elite big man, bro, I don't think of Walker Kessler. Bro, maybe he'll make me eat my words. He does put up a double, so I can't hit on him too much. We did give away a bit much, in my opinion, a $130 million deal. Now between him, Reeves, and Luka, I think they have about $500 million locked in. So Luka, I understand. Reeves did earn 100%. I can't say he didn't, because he did for the past 2-3 years. Bro, he came on as like a role player, nobody, and then worked his way up. I believe he used to come off the bench, if I'm not mistaken. Now he's starting. He was up there with LeBron. You know what I'm saying? So Reeves doesn't deserve it. Now Walker Kessler, bro, I don't know. I think the Lakers could have done a bit better. We did trade away DeAndre Ayton, which I'm glad. I don't think DeAndre Ayton was a fit for the Lakers either. We did trade away Lakers, and we did get second round picks before that. Those aren't for another 5-6 years. So I don't know. I think we could have maybe got a better big man. I feel like Lakers could have got a better big man trade or something. I don't know. I think we could have done something better, bro. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about Walker Kessler. And did we give up too much? And are we paying this guy too much? You know what I'm saying? Because he's unproved. If you look up his stats, let me look up his stats, bro. I know he's younger, so let's look this up. I'm at stats, not states. So about 30 minutes per game. Yeah, so 14. He puts up 14 points and 10 rebounds. So a double-double. And then he was what? Second overall, 22nd overall in 2022. So he's younger. He's got to be in his mid-20s, right? Let me see how old he is, right? Yeah, so he's younger than me. Okay, so he's young. So I see it. And maybe I gotta watch him more, but I'm not trying to hate on Walker Kessler. I just don't know him that well, and I'm not familiar with his game. That Shaq meme. I wasn't familiar with the game, bro. So Lakers, this could be a dub, bro. I mean, he puts up a double double. He puts up a double double. He's young. He's definitely hungry because he came from the Jazz. You know what I'm saying? The Jazz haven't been doing shit in 30 years since they had Karl Malone and John Stockton. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Was this a double or I'm on the fence. You know what I'm saying? I gotta see him play first. I'm not gonna come out the gate swinging, and hype the trade up and saying, it's a W or it's an L. We don't know. We gotta see. So I'm on the fence. I'm not looking to overhype him, but I'm also not looking to underestimate him either. Walker Kessler, bro, you got a big chip on your shoulder for LA fans. Now, to get more back in depth of the DeAndre Ayton trade. So obviously the Lakers shipped him off. Ayton, I expected more of you. I expected more of you during your tenure with the Lakers. Again, you were with the Suns, bruh. They drafted you, I think, and then you went to the finals with them. You have finals playoff experience, so Ayton, I just expected more of you. Now, I've said all I've said about Ayton. Now I just want to talk about your role on the Wizards, with Anthony Davis, Trae Young, and of course AJ Dabanasta. So the Wizards, I'm gonna kind of glaze them, bruh, because I got to think about this. The Wizards kind of doing things this season. You know what I'm saying? Ayton, while he wasn't a fit on the Lakers, bruh, he can go to the Wizards and be behind like Anthony Davis. And it's funny that they both played on the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? They were in the rotation. But yeah, Ayton can kind of go behind Anthony Davis and be like coming off the bench center. And I said that. I said that all season. I said that Jackson Hayes should be starting over DeAndre Ayton because it looks like Jackson Hayes wants to be on the Lakers. He wants to be on the court more than DeAndre Ayton was. So Ayton, I'm fine with you coming off the bench for the Wizards. Now, I want to overglaze the Wizards, bro, because I ain't gonna in a minute. But you got Diamond Asta, Trae Young, and AJ and AD. So they got a solid three, bro. And then having DeAndre Ayton come off the bench is kind of not for the Wizards. That's good. For the Wizards, that's good. You know what I'm saying? For the Wizards and like their franchise experience, that's good to me. So, Aiden, while your career, and I don't want to roast you the entire time, Aiden, but while I'm kind of glad you're off my Lakers, bro. Hopefully, you have better endeavors. You know what I'm saying in the future with the Wizards and your role there. And I don't think that should be too much for you to handle, bro. Again, I expected way more of you, Aiden. You had a finals run with the Phoenix Suns, bro, and you just didn't show it. You put up a double here and there, but you could have been doing way more for the Lakers, man. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. I think we should. I'm glad we traded him. Does anyone else think we should have kept DeAndre Ayton? And also, what do you think this makes the Wizards? Do you think this makes the Wizards contenders or no? So let me know in the comments what you guys think about that trade. All right, and then just to summarize it, man, all the trades. So Giannis traded Miami Heat. Kawhi traded. What's this? This actually, I didn't want that. Yeah, so Giannis traded Miami Heat. Kawhi traded back to Toronto Raptors. John Morant traded to Portland Trailblazers. Melo traded to Minnesota to team up with Ant. Jaylen Brown traded for a bag of chips. Yo! No, I think Jaylen Brown, again, and you don't ever know. It'll be like a Paul. It's weird. It's weird that this trade involves Paul George, but it's like a Paul George thing when they sent OKC to the Clippers or whatever he traded, and they ended up getting SGA because of it, and then now OKC built a whole, franchise dynasty around the one Paul George trade they sent. I think it's funny. So I think Jaylen Brown. I think they got 2 first rounders, 2 second rounders. That's okay with me, bro. You can rebuild the dynasty. You can rebuild a franchise with that. So the Lakers sacrificed 7 years of draft picks for a 14-10 center. Yo, 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 yo. The Lakers. Yeah, we gotta see. We gotta see, man. We gotta see what Walker Kessler does. I don't want to count him out when I said, but that is true. That is kind of putting it like that is kind of crazy. I think it said like we were paying him 130 mil or something like that too. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, we gotta see. But this has been a crazy offseason. I'm really surprised about Nas Reed. I'm really surprised the Timberwolves gave him up. I get they weren't working, but he had a solid role in the Timberwolves, in my opinion. That's what I'm really surprised about. Giannis, he wanted to go. Tyler Hero, I'm surprised that he was. I mean, I'm not surprised he had to give up something for him, but he's back in Milwaukee. Yeah, man. So let's react to that Stephen A. If I can find it, the Stephen A. Smith vid. Laker. Let me see it. Let's see if we'll find it. Here. Okay, yeah, we're gonna react to this video, and then we got one more. We got like one more big video that's grading every trade, but I'll react to this, bro, because I don't necessarily agree with everything that Stephen A. Smith said. So we'll see. Let's listen.
This is the number to call. I just gotta say it, y'all. Where the hell the Los Angeles Lakers think they going with a bunch of white dudes? Somebody had to say it, so I'm saying it. You're
I don't mean to be racist, bro, but and this might be kind of controversial, but I'm gonna say it because I'm half white. I'm mixed myself, so I'm half white. If someone else got on the video and said was like, "Oh, where does this team think they're going with 3 black guys?" You know what I'm saying? 3 black players. People would feel a certain way about it. And see, you can say what you want, and I'm not trying to be controversial, but I'm saying I look at everything from all angles, right? So you can't say because again, and I'd have a problem with it too. If a sports commentator, a white one, got on TV and said, "Oh, where does this team think they're going with 3 black guys?" Blah blah blah, and then was screaming about it, I would have a problem with that too. So I'm being fair, bro, being fair to everybody, and just saying how I feel. So let me know what you think in the comments about it, man. Let me know what you think in the comments if you think it's controversial.
3 top players are white dudes?
You never know.
Really?
But you don't know what they can do.
This ain't golf. This ain't baseball. Hell, it ain't even soccer.
But you don't know. Look at Jokic. Look at Dirk. I get they're not on all white teams, but I'm saying we've had great, especially Europe, bro. Do not sleep on Europe nowadays. Like Europe, they have a lot of good, white hoopers. So this is kind of ignorant, Stephen A. Smith. This is kind of ignorant.
And we got a whole bunch of brothers on Team USA. What y'all think this is? It's basketball. This is basketball. In NBA history, when have you seen your 3 most prominent players on a basketball team all be white? And that takes you to the promised land. Somebody got to say it, so I'm saying.
And Stephen A. Smith, to correct you can get up here and say this, right? Again, because I'm a man of possibility, and you don't know. We don't know until next year. You know what I'm saying? We don't know until next April or May if they're even making the playoffs. So it's like you don't know, Stephen A. Smith. You're kind of judging ignorant, bro. You don't know how far these guys are gonna take it. You're just, I don't know. You're kind of being, I don't know. And why are you so mad?
Sirius XM, Eric Spitz, Steve Torrey, Mad Dog Russo. Sorry if it makes y'all uncomfortable. Love y'all. Y'all know that. But damn it, we did it. I'm a brother. And
another thing too, and I keep pausing, bro. I'm gonna keep pausing too. Is like I get it. Actually, no, I don't get it. I don't get it because Luka is talented, bro. Reeves is talented. The only questionable one that I'm questioning because I don't know is Walker Kessler. That might be kind of questionable, but Luka and Reeves deserve it, bro. And then they're not your average like off the bench white players that Stephen A. Smith is trying to make them sound like, bro. Like these are real talented hoopers, bro. That carried when LeBron was out. So it's like I don't know. He's making them sound average when that's not the case. They're not average white hoopers. They're certified. I don't know, bro.
Yo.
And a man should never be, a hooper should never be judged by the color of his skin, but by the skill of his of his basketball. But I don't agree with it, Judge.
This is basketball. I'm not complaining. I'm simply making the point.
You are though, because you're making it. You come up here out of nowhere. You create this narrative, basically saying, that white players can't make it to the finals, and you don't even know. And this came out of, like, who provoked you to say this? Like, did someone, let me know in the comments, did someone go on Twitter and say, like, did someone make this a point to him to go and to make it, like, no. Stephen A. Smith, you came up here yourself, you came here complaining, doing the most like you sometimes do.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Los Angeles Lakers, Tinseltown. A place where everybody from Wilt and Kareem and Shaq and Magic.
Okay, what about?
And Kobe
But what
yes,
about
Jerry West before them.
right?
Yes, George Mikan
George
before
Mikan.
the aforementioned centers. But this is the Lakers.
Okay, but also then you just contradicted yourself too, though, because did George Mikan not bring if I'm not mistaken, George Mikan brought a ring to the just so we're not yapping, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up for you guys right here, right here. Yes, or was it? Yeah. Damn, with the Lakers, he was a part of a dominant dynasty. They won 7 championships. Oh yeah, wow. And I get they weren't in LA, bro. I get they were in Minneapolis at the time, but this is incorrect. And then you got Jerry West, who I think Jerry West lost a few. I think Jerry West lost a few times too. But he got a ring too, and was the only. And the other thing about Jerry West is like he's the only NBA player to win Finals MVP, but be on the losing team. So Stephen A. Smith, this is crazy to me, bro. You're not just gonna discount George Mikan's 7 rings. We just saw it. And then you're not gonna discount Jerry West and his 1 ring. You know what I'm saying? Because some players never win a ring. And then you're not gonna discount what Jerry West just did. What Jerry West did winning the Finals MVP, being on the losing team. You're not just gonna discount that, bro.
This is Southern California. This is La La.
And
this
then on
is
top of that, you're not acknowledging that it's Luka and Austin and Walker Kessler. Walker Kessler is questionable, but you're making them sound like these are just average guys off the bench. No, this is Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves we're talking about. They've earned their way in the NBA. Both of them.
This ain't Utah. And even in Utah, when you had Stockton, you had Malone. Even when you had Hornacek and Stockton, you still had Malone. Even when you had the 7'4" Eaton, you still had Malone.
But see, Stephen A. Smith, you're getting me, bro. But did they win anything? Did they win anything? No, they lost to Jordan no matter what. So what point are you making? Like I get like what that you it doesn't matter if you have black or white players, they still lost. So like you're making it sound like Malone didn't lose to Jordan fucking 3-4 times in the finals. Like what's your point? Like even black players lose, Stephen A. Smith? Oh no.
Byron Russell. I mean, what's up? Somebody got said, so I'm saying it.
No.
You ain't going anywhere.
You're tripping.
Being led by 3 white dudes in today's generation of basketball. I'm letting you.
How do you know I don't know. You don't know that. And like I said, the game of ball in Europe, European ball is changed. Luka's European. Reeves is balling his ass off. Again, Walker Kessler, I don't know him, but man, Stephen A. Smith.
No, right now, it ain't happening.
How do you know?
And Luka's a bad brother.
And then Stephen A. Smith, you also had historically bad sports takes all the time throughout history too. If you analyze, real IQ, real sports fans know that Stephen A. Smith has been wrong sometimes, and he's had horrible takes. He's had horrible takes sometimes. And so it's like for him to sit up here and like act absolute and like to act like he can see the future and know they don't go to you don't know.
And Austin Reeves is no scrub. And
right.
They both have earned what they have earned.
Okay, cool. Finally, you just admitted what I said. Okay, cool. You just said that. They're not average players. They earn what they got.
And then with LeBron James or some other brothers, I get.
But they didn't win. They didn't win regardless. Okay, that doesn't matter. Even when the Lakers had LeBron. Even when the Lakers had AD. They did it. They got the 1 chip in 2020. But they weren't winning, so they broke them up. And then granted, Luka was out. I guess Luka was out. Well, no, what did they do last year? Because they got Luka last year. What happened? I don't think they won. They didn't do shit last year. And they didn't do shit this year either with Luka. So it's like Stephen A. Smith. What's your point? Even when Luka was LeBron and a few brothers, as you want to put them, bro. I get what you're saying. I get it. But it's like they still lost. Like they didn't win anything when Luka was playing LeBron.
Those two and Walker Kessler.
Now that is questionable. Kessler is questionable.
You ain't scaring anybody with that.
You're scaring people with Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. That's not true. Yes, you are. Yes, you are scaring at least Luka. You are at least scaring people with Luka. That's all I know. So that right there is untrue.
I'm just saying. This is the year 2026.
Right. Hoops has changed.
And
It's
I
not the same.
understand.
It's not 1990. It's not Karl Malone and Jordan days anymore, bro. It's not Kobe Bryant and Shaq days anymore, bro.
This insatiable appetite for people to veer away from having everything be about the brothers and sisters. We know the kind of climate we living in, and I ain't gonna go there. But I'm just saying, it's basketball. That ain't scaring anybody. Luka gonna get his. He gonna average his 30 to 35.
Right. So what? Okay, you need it. Oh, I gotta plug the laptop, but right. So Stephen A. Smith. So now why are you bringing politics into basketball now? You know what I'm saying? You're doing too much. You're sitting up here, you're unprovoked, on your own show, bringing up this take. You know what I'm saying? Making things political already. And I get it in America. I get it, Stephen A. Smith. I get it. I do. But it's like already in a racial tension ass like country in America. You get up here and you make tensions worse. You use your platform to divide people and make things worse and create this black versus white narrative. You know what I'm saying? When in reality, this is all over a take you don't even know. You're saying that no one's scared of Luka Doncic. That's not true. After you just said, hold on, Luka Doncic was the scoring champion this season. So what do you mean no one's scared of him? What do you mean? He's gonna like you just said, he's gonna drop 30 points on people's head, bro. So you're up here yapping, creating all this racial diversity and bringing politics into basketball, bro. Making something that is not. When the Lakers are just probably trying to try a new look, and they're probably gonna make trades, and the offseason isn't even over yet, and you're reacting. You know what I'm saying? The season hasn't even started, and they're probably gonna make more trades. Even if they're probably gonna make more trades come the trade deadline next January or before the All-Star break. So Stephen A. Smith, you're getting up here doing all this, reacting to all this. You know what I'm saying? What? Like, what are you reacting? What were you making a big deal about? This is all in your head, bro.
We know that. Austin Reeves is no scrub. We know that.
And again, I get the whole what he's saying about the whole racial side, but basketball is not the place for it, man. It just isn't. You come to sports to get away from politics and all the BS.
But you think they scaring any of the fellas?
If he's outscoring them, yeah, he's scaring the fellas, dumbass. Yes. If he's outscoring them, he's scaring the fellas.
I promise you that what I just brought up, the fellas in the NBA are talking about right now. That's supposed to move us?
You don't know.
Austin Reeves,
yes,
and Walker Kessler. This is the Los Angeles Lakers.
Right, but it's Luka. It's Luka Doncic. That's the main star. You're discounting Luka so much. You just said the man, he's a scoring champion, and you just said he dropped 30 points on you. Okay, and let's be real. You said Austin Reeves is no scrub either, so he's put up at least 20 and 25 too. That's a 50 piece between the two of them. On top of Walker Kessler's double-double, you know what I'm saying? I don't know Walker like that. I'm not trying to advocate. I feel like Stephen A. Smith's doing a bit much and devaluing them.
That we are talking about here. And Rob Pelinka has done made this white dude central.
But why are you so mad?
I ain't mad.
You are.
None of them are scrubs. Luka and Austin can ball.
Right.
They deserve their money. I respect the hell out of both of them.
You don't, though, because you have doubts around a team centered around them. You're questioning a team. Now, yes, I get Walker Kessler there, and I keep mentioning him, but it's like those are the two known. Austin Reeves and Luka. Those are the two like focal point, the number one, number two option, in my opinion. So it's like you are disrespecting them because you're questioning a team built around them based on their race, not based on their skill, not based on Luka's IQ, not based on Luka magic. You're basing it on their race. So I kind of do take that as I would feel disrespected, and I feel like that's kind of ignorant, Stephen A. Smith.
And I know Luka ain't from America, but damn it, he's still white. I'm just saying, this is a league dominated by a bunch of brothers. When's the last time we seen three white prominent dudes lead you to the promised land in the NBA?
It could be a new time. Hey, man, I don't know. I get what he's saying. I get what Stephen A. Smith is saying, but it's also, I feel like he's making it too political and racial, in my opinion, for sports. Especially when the Lakers, when Luka didn't even do anything. And on top of that, can you not... now, I guess people are saying the Lakers got gentrified or whatever, but it's like, the Lakers are just trying a new look, bro. And then again, we don't even know if this is the permanent look. They're still going to make trades. They're still going to do different things. They're still going to move pieces around, you know what I'm saying? So, everyone needs to calm down. And why are we... I don't know. People get so mad over little stuff like this that I just think he's made it too political and bringing politics into sports, man, and it shouldn't be. So, Yeah, man. All right, bro. And then we got well, yeah, we got one more video. Stephen A. Smith. I don't. So final take on Stephen A. Smith is I don't really agree with his take. I think that we gotta wait for these boys to see what they can do. Luka, Walker Kessler, Austin Reeves. But I mean, those two, just Luka and Austin Reeves are gonna be magical. I guess I am gonna miss LeBron and the Lakers, but it is what it is, man. And like I said, they're not finished. The Lakers aren't finished yet, in my opinion. They can still move pieces around, still make trades. So we'll see, man. All right, now to get to the last video. Let me know. Let me know what you think in the comments about the Stephen A. Smith stuff, bro. If you have any, let me know what you think in the comments about what I said, what he said. If you have any problems, let me know, bro. All right, so shout out to Hoop Highlights or Hoops Reference. Yes. So basically, this just details the NBA trade and goes more into detail of basically what I covered, just so I can get a better, just so we can get a better understanding of the trade and everything entailed and covered. Because again, I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't know everything. I've been busy, so I miss out on stuff. So this is covering. I skipped through the first part. Just we cut to the chase with the Giannis. But anyway, this is the Miami Heat, Milwaukee Bucks trade. Heat received Giannis and Bobby Portis. Bucks got Tyler Hero. Damn, they got the whole roster. Tyler Hero, Kelly Ware, Jamie Jaquez, Kasparis. They got future picks or number 13 pick in 2026 draft and first round picks in 2031 and 3033 and a pick swap in 2030 and a second round pick in 2033. Okay. Damn, Bucks. I mean, he gave up a lot. You know what I'm saying, for an aging Giannis. I mean, it's Giannis, so I understand. And it's by Uncle Port coming off the bench. That's nice. So
trade we'll be grading is probably the biggest one, being the deal between the Milwaukee Bucks and Miami Heat that sent Giannis Antetokounmpo to the Heat, with the full details of that trade being on your screen now, and the grades here are an A for the Bucks and a B+ for the Heat. After a long and quite frankly annoying at times timeline.
Turn this down a bit, but I mean they definitely. I mean, both teams definitely got better, in my opinion.
Will he, won't he moments, the Giannis Antetokounmpo saga finally came to a close, with his time as a Buck officially over, and his tenure as a member of the Heat officially beginning. It has been obvious that the Bucks have had no path to contention with Giannis onto the team for a few years now, so this felt inevitable.
Right.
And after their
it was. I will say, like I've been saying, I'm surprised he wasn't traded sooner. But yeah, it was time. No playoff success. They weren't doing anything. I mean, they won the ring 5 years ago, but that was 5 years ago, half a decade ago. You know, that was. Think about it. We're halfway through the 2020s now, and the Bucks haven't really done anything since.
About whether the Bucks would be able to fetch fair value in return for Giannis. They absolutely did fare well in the
game. I mean, you got Tyler Heroes around my age, if not a bit younger, and then you got a bunch of future picks you can build around him, or you can trade Tyler Hero. You got a lot of like bench players too, to kind of help out, like supporting cast that you can make something up with a trade too, in my opinion. So Bucks, both teams did good. Both teams did good, in my opinion.
Rebuild, they needed their priority to be on youth, asset accumulation, and long-term talent. Every single piece that they received in return for Giannis in this deal checks those boxes. Tyler Hero is the oldest player that they received back in return, and is already a player that has an All-Star nomination on his resume, while still being just 26 years old, barely in his prime. Kelly Ware has a ton of upside that can still reasonably be tapped into as a 22-year-old 7-footer that is both incredibly mobile and athletic, with a shot blocking potential upside, while also being someone that knocks down 39% of his threes. Jaime Jaquez is also already one of the best
decent players
in the
players
NBA
from the Heat
in just his third season in the league. Then Kasparis Jakučionis just finished his rookie season, where he may not have always had a big role last year, but when he got consistent playing time, he demonstrated clear shooting talent and playmaking upside as a nice 6'5" guard. Getting that much talent and then still also getting 3 first-round picks on top of it is definitely as good as they could have done under the circumstances. A good pick for the Bucks, especially when their leverage was pretty clearly hampered by the fact that everybody knew they wanted to get the deal done quickly to be able to move on from the situation. As for the Heat side of things, I of course gave them a grade that is slightly lower than Milwaukee, but still very good overall, because at the end of the day, they did just land an all-star MVP caliber player, and that's always a win. The reason the grade got a few points deducted is because of the context that goes beyond just that notion. Giannis is turning 32 years old this season.
He is aging.
So he is
I was gonna say he
in
is
the
aging.
downturn of his prime. He's also begun to be a bit more injury prone than he was during his peak.
And yeah, that is true. He does. So that was a problem this season. He was injured, and then they couldn't even make a playoff run. He said he wanted to, but they couldn't make a playoff run this season. My Bucks, man, Giannis.
To do this trade in order to get themselves in the mix immediately, and I do believe it accomplishes that. But it also puts a ton of pressure on immediate success because of the fact that there isn't a realistic long-term outlook with it. Right now, the Heat have a lineup of Giannis, Bam Adebayo, Davion Mitchell, Andrew Wiggins, and Pelle Larsson, with almost no notable bench talent left after the trade. There's a good chance that they also lose Norman Powell in free agency.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is true. So I mean, because the Heat basically give all their good bench players, so he's got to figure something out. Move up some G League players or sign somebody for cheap.
Which is a pretty big blow to their offense because as of right now, the spacing with that lineup is a pretty big nightmare. Obviously, there's still a big offseason ahead where they can fill out their roster, but as of right now, it's not a perfect outcome. The next trade we'll be grading is the one between the Charlotte Hornets and the Minnesota Timberwolves, which sent LaMelo Ball to the Timberwolves. The grades here are a C- for the Hornets and a B+ for the Timberwolves.
A C- for the Hornets? Why? They got hella first and second round picks. No, that's not good. I mean, and on top of that, they still got Brent. I mean, well, this is the trade grade, not the team grade, but they still got picks on top of that. You gotta think they're gonna build around Concanoopel and Brandon Miller. Really? Damn, a C-, at least a BB split, no? Because they got hella picks.
I already made a full video on this topic, so if you want my full in-depth thoughts on the matter, you can go check that out, but I didn't place official grades on the sides in that video, so allow me to explain my rationale here. When I first got the notification that this trade went down out of nowhere, I was just as shocked as many of you probably were, but I also couldn't wrap my head around why now was the time that Charlotte decided to deal LaMelo Ball. There have been so many opportunities.
I was gonna say, right, so many opportunities, and why now? You guys just, like I said earlier, you guys just made it to the playoffs. You guys, I mean, not made it, but you guys just made it to the play-in. You guys were just damn near, pushing your way for a spot into the playoffs.
For them to look to trade him over the last few years. That would have made a lot more sense, and yet they held firm throughout those times. This season, the Hornets finally started to find a unit that clicked, and in the second half of this past season, they were genuinely performing like one of the best teams in the entire NBA, ranking top 5 in the league on both offense and defense in the second half of the season, while being the second best shooting team in that span as well.
Right.
LaMelo's numbers in the box score were definitely down overall this year, but his ability to threaten defenses from deep
but he was also injured too, so that has to account for something, right?
Confident volume three-point shooter, and his incredible passing talent and playmaking skills were undoubtedly at the heart of a lot of this success. And now that the team has finally found competent shooters and secondary creators around him, it felt like they were moving in the right direction. Until they decided to trade him out of nowhere. I don't even think they got all of that great of a return for him, with pick swaps being one of the most overrated assets in the entire league, and then one first-round pick plus Naz Reid just doesn't feel very even. They're definitely going to miss LaMelo.
I mean, like I said, they got hella future pick swaps, though, no? What does he mean by that they're overrated? I don't know. And you still got, besides that, they got hella pick swaps. The Hornets got a lot. They got a lot, in my opinion. I think he's trying to generalize that trade too much.
As for Minnesota's side of things, this is a big step forward for them. I'll start off by saying that when it comes to LaMelo Ball, you do always need to be wary of the fact that he is pretty injury prone over the years.
He has been injured too, yes.
Guarantee that they're going to take over the West. With that being said, though, the Timberwolves have been in dire need of a point guard for years now, and they have finally addressed it by adding an all-star caliber playmaker.
That's true. I am looking forward to see what they're gonna do on the Timberwolves now. I mean, how it's gonna be. Like I said, they got Rudy Gobert too over there, so they got a decent scoring. Anthony Edwards and Melo, Rudy Gobert, decent team, can do some things.
Gravity to alleviate the duties on Anthony Edwards' shoulders. They've made it to 2 of the last 3 conference finals in the West, with the corpse of Mike Conley holding things down in the
Yo,
position.
the corpse!
And
Ha!
LaMelo Ball's
Yo!
ability to run an up-tempo offense at a high level is a massive upgrade. Having also brought back Ayo Dosunmu is huge for the defensive concerns in the backcourt that would have come as a result of this, but overall, the Timberwolves showed that they are serious about keeping themselves in the mix with this deal. Speaking of which, the next trade up to be graded is a 3-2.
Oh, yes. So the Julius Randle trade that I did not cover. All right. Nets received Julius Randle, number 28 overall. Wolves received Mogui from the Bulls. Why does he sound familiar? He's about to give my reactions. I feel like that's a bad. I feel like we shouldn't have wanted to trade him away. But then I don't know. Wolves received number 30. Was this like a okay? It's a 3-way trade. We get Nick Claxton, bro. I mean, I guess it's good for us because we kind of need him. But it's like, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. Bulls should be doing more this offseason too. I'm expecting way more moves or something. Bulls, something, man. I don't know. Yeah, this is an overall weird trade to me, bro. But I guess they had to get rid of Julius Randle so they could bring in LaMelo, right? They had to move pieces around. So I get why Julius Randle going. They weren't really doing anything. The Timberwolves weren't really doing anything or progressing really in the playoffs.
Deal that the Timberwolves orchestrated to move Julius Randle to the Brooklyn Nets, and the grades here are a C for the Timberwolves, an A for the Bulls.
Yeah, I mean Timberwolves, you got Mo Gui, but I don't think he was that relevant. You got a 33rd overall pick. I don't know, Wolves. Yeah, he didn't really get. I don't know if you got too much better from this.
And a B+.
Unless Isaiah Evans comes out to be good.
I understand that this move was basically made to make way for the other things that the Timberwolves wanted to get done.
Oh,
like
okay.
It's
a part of their piece.
And the
that is right too. Ayo, shout out Ayo Dosunmu. Shout out for your big bag, bro. Meant to shout you out. Shout out your big bag. Played on the Bulls. Good to see you doing good elsewhere. Obviously, I had to move Julius Randle for that, for money and signing Ayo, but he performed hella for them in the playoffs. You guys recall? I think he put up like 30, 40. I think he was a reason, the game winner. It wasn't a game winner, it was a game tire. He had a 3 from the corner to keep him in the playoff game, and they ended up going a game, and they ended up winning because it went to like, I think they were in game 7 or something like that. I can't remember, but he had a corner 3, and they had to go to OT, and the Timberwolves won because of it.
But
so shout
that
out
doesn't
Ayo.
just automatically make it a good deal for Minnesota. The Timberwolves traded away Karl-Anthony Towns a few years ago in order to bring Julius Randle in. And for the last 2 years, Randle has served.
Which again, I'll always say that too. They had just made it to the Western Conference Finals. I don't get why you wouldn't run it back with Julius Randle, or not with Cat, Anthony Edwards, and Rudy. That was weird. Honestly, that always was weird to me.
His number 2 option on offense next to Anthony Edwards. In 2025, he did briefly rejuvenate his reputation by putting together a solid playoff showing, but this year he reverted back to his old ways from when he was a Knick, where he was grossly inefficient in the playoffs. He was sucking the air out of the offense, and he just struggled to make any
he's roasting Julius Randle.
Meanwhile, they had to watch Karl-Anthony Towns play a big role in the Knicks winning a championship.
Yeah, they regret it. So Wolves, do you regret? And that's the thing too. Like players that leave the Wolves, they tend to win a ring after, and that's weird that Cat even kind of carried on that legacy. So Wolves, I bet you regret trading Cat now, don't you?
Randle has been an all-star caliber borderline player for a few years now, but not when it matters most, so the fact that the Wolves had to resort to just salary dumping him for pretty much no return at all is as big of a loss as it could be, all things considered. For Brooklyn, it's not ideal that they're still just a destination that teams use to salary dump players that they don't want anymore, but at the same time, they're at the point in their rebuild where they can afford to do that, and the fact that they received an additional first-round pick from Minnesota by taking him in was a pretty nice cherry on top.
Yeah,
they used that pick in this year's draft to select Joshua Jefferson, who is an experienced player with a well-rounded, mature game and can produce from day one. As for the Chicago Bulls, they somehow came out of this situation the best of all, because they were really only involved to help make the money work and to help orchestrate the little details
of
this trade, and they came away with Nick Claxton.
Right, which I think made us better. We needed him.
Center as someone that has felt like a change of scenery was necessary for a while, and
so what? He'll be good with Mataz, Mataz, and him down court. So I'll take Tony Nick Claxton. I'll take him.
Was one of the best rebounders and shot blockers in the NBA. He hasn't quite been at that level for a few years, but lack of motivation could have been a part of why being on these lowly Nets teams, so the Bulls should view it as a worthwhile buy low swing that really didn't cost them anything at all. The next major trade
Yes.
that we will
Okay. Let's see this full trade. Damn. So there was no future draft picks. Okay. Ja Morant, and that's it. Jeremiah Grant and Chris Murray. Ja Morant. Yeah, I was gonna say Ja Morant went to. Okay, I didn't. Okay, damn. I guess I must have passed that over when we were acting on Twitter, or on X, however you want to call it. So Ja Morant went for nothing. That's kind of crazy, Grizzlies. So did you guys have high picks in the draft then? Because you traded away your main star for nothing. For nothing, bro. Oh, wow. Wow, yes. And the Trailblazers got a whole bunch better. They got Damian Lillard over there, too. Denny Avdija, Ja Morant now. Oh, wow, Grizzlies, you kind of went outside. Did you guys have good draft picks, man?
Reviewing is the trade between the Memphis Grizzlies and the Portland Trailblazers that saw Ja Morant head to Portland, and the grades here are an F for the Grizzlies and a B for the Trailblazers.
I didn't realize that.
This situation was just sad now that it's all said and done. Ja Morant's career in Memphis started off on...
But it was time. It was time for both sides to move on. It was time.
Such a high, winning the Rookie of the Year, then the league's Most Improved Player award, then he was named an All-Star in back-to-back seasons, and those same years, he led the Grizzlies to being the 2 seed in the Western Conference. It genuinely felt like the Grizzlies were the next up-and-coming perennial contender in the Western Conference at one point, and then everything went wrong. Ja Morant's individual production has gotten worse and worse every year since. There have been...
I do think it is time for a scene, like a change of scenery. I think Ja Morant's going to be himself in a new spot. I think Portland will be good. You know, he'll Damian Lillard help tutor him. It'll be. I mean, because Portland's not as hot. I mean like in terms of people, Portland's kind of like a lower key city in my opinion compared to like Memphis, or like Chicago or LA. It's kind of like a lower key, so maybe Ja won't be getting as much trouble down there. You know what I'm saying?
Actions, and he's suffered a few serious injuries.
But Portland's still nice. I've been there. Still a good place. Still nice.
To this day,
take nothing away from it.
There's plenty of reason to believe that Ja Morant's best days are behind him, and that's why the situation became what it did. The Grizzlies are well aware of it and are fully focused on rebuilding, which couldn't officially begin until they offloaded Ja Morant, but in doing so, they essentially had to accept nothing of value in return for him. This is the player that was on the brink of superstardom at one point and was the face of their franchise, getting salary dumped essentially in exchange for 2 mediocre players that contribute nothing to their rebuild at the end of the day. When you move your star player to begin a process
you want to get
like
a lot.
This, you would always at least like something that contributes to the future
first rounders
of the
at least for Ja, at least
this
2.
Trade had none of that, and the fact that it got to this point in the
and
first
no other
place
All-Star
is
either.
Why the grade is an F for them. As for the
they
Trailblazers,
they literally just said, "I want that nigga gone. Yo, get Ja out of here, yo."
A strong B grade based solely on the fact that they really didn't have to give up much at all to take a
get
swing
Ja
on
Morant,
and the chance that he can maybe regain prior form alone makes it a risk.
I think he will, though. That's what I'm saying.
It's not a perfect outcome.
Grizzlies are gonna regret that. They're gonna regret giving away for nothing, bro. Because he's gonna go to Portland. He's gonna get back to himself. He's gonna stay out of trouble, bro. He's gonna be a baller, bro. He's gonna be a baller. I know he can be. Grizzlies, you're gonna regret that. Damn, that's bad. I didn't realize you gave away
an unusual amount of point guard talent, all vying for the same spot. Ja Morant, Scoot Henderson, Drew Holiday.
Scoot Henderson too. Drew Holiday. Yes, that's right. I forgot. You got Scoot Henderson, Drew Holiday, Damian Lillard, Denny Avdija. Damn.
Next year are all point guards on their roster, and it didn't really feel like they needed to make this move. They could look to trade
options, yeah. They're probably, that's what I was saying, they're probably options. Ja's definitely going to say they're probably going to trade someone. I'm guessing Scoot. If I had to guess, bro, because Scoot gets so much hate, and I don't know why. People disrespect him, bro. Holiday, they got to keep Holiday for defense. It'd be a mistake if they traded away Holiday, in my opinion. Ja at 1, Holiday at 2. You know what I'm saying? And Lillard somewhere in the mid. Well, then you got Lillard too, though. Where's he gonna play at? So, damn. Okay. I don't know what the Trailblazers gonna do. They just got talent. And they got options. That's all I know.
But it just didn't feel like it needed to get to that point. They might be running a lot of 2-point guard lineups next year, while also being a team where Denny Avdia is getting a lot of on-ball usage.
I mean,
so it could
in the
just
playoffs
be
he
a
performed.
wonky adjustment for everybody as they get used to playing together, having to share creation duties in ways that they haven't previously had to. At the end of the day, the Blazers surprised a lot of people by making the playoffs this season, and this trade signifies that they're hoping to build on that. We'll just have to wait and see if they're able to. The next trade we'll be grading is the one that just happened.
Yes, this is what I couldn't find. I was having enough time. So, Clippers are nearing deal setting Kawhi Leonard to Toronto Raptors for Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, 2 first-round picks, 1 pick swap, and 2 second-rounders. Yeah, okay, no, we did cover this. I just couldn't find it exactly on Twitter. A returning candidate for the Raptors champion and 2-time Finals MVP. Yeah, I mean, Kawhi, you have no problem. And I think everyone got what they deserved. Yeah, that's what I'm saying about a BA. Damn, Raptors actually got B because they got a declining Kawhi. And he's still good. He's older, but damn, they're saying that. So he's trying to say the Clippers got better because they got a lot of future first and second rounders.
Clippers and the Toronto Raptors.
And the Clippers needed too, bro. But the Clippers kind of traded away everybody. You had SGA, you had PG. You know what I'm saying? You traded him away. Kawhi. Now you're trading him away. Clippers had everybody. The Clippers had talent. They just couldn't. They just have not been able to make it work, bro.
To the Raptors, and the grades here are an A for the Clippers and a B for the Raptors. We're still very early in the offseason, and already it's been one of the crazier periods we've had in recent years. Kawhi is back in Toronto, back where he took a brief 1-year pit stop to win a ring before he dipped to the Los Angeles Clippers. It's funny how much of a full circle moment this is. I had a hunch over the last few months that the Clippers would look to trade Kawhi after the scandal that they went through last summer possibly resurfacing, and
yeah, there was I forgot about that too. The Kawhi Leonard, there was something about like a business or something like that with like he was running and like, something like that. There was something like some kind of scam business. So there was something where he was like, I forgot about that. Kawhi, you're a shady dude, Kawhi. I see you, Kawhi. Doing dirty business.
One of the best regular seasons of his career this year. It was the right time to maximize value for him, which they absolutely did with this trade. Kawhi Leonard proved that he can still be one of the very best scorers in the entire league, but he's also 35 years old. Plus, he has missed 218 games
he's older and declining
in the 7 years that he's been playing with the Clippers, with injuries constantly plaguing his tenure at the worst times, as they also often held him out of important playoff series. Despite what the box score may indicate last year, Leonard is by no means the player that he was back in 2019 when he won a ring with the Raptors, and the Clippers still managed to get a full
he can always have a comeback season. You never know. Keep talking it out. He can always have a comeback season. Hoop reference.
Star player-esque trade return for him. The Clippers don't want to rebuild right now. They just want to get younger while staying competitive, and getting Brandon Ingram back for Leonard helps with that, as Ingram is still just 28 years old. Grady Dick's career hasn't really gone very well, but as a shooter by nature, all it takes is one season where his jumper starts falling to possibly rejuvenate things for him. The draft capital that they got in return is most important, though, as 2 first-round picks is an excellent addition to a package that already featured all-star caliber talent. As for the Raptors side of things, Kawhi is a clear upgrade in an area of need for them, as they
I'd say he's still even in his current state, bro. He's still an upgrade for the Raptors. I mean, I don't even know. Like, I didn't know what they had. They had that Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrett, but I'm saying, like, yeah, they needed that. They needed Kawhi. Kawhi definitely makes them better, even in his current state, 100%.
To lead their offense.
I don't even know they haven't done anything
in their playoff series against the Cavaliers this year, but after a season where Leonard just averaged 28 points per game, shooting 50% from the field and 39% from 3, he can absolutely be that. But putting your faith in Kawhi Leonard being healthy for the playoffs has proven to be a gamble that
not today's league. No,
the last few years.
It is a gamble for sure.
He's not getting any younger. Ultimately, this was a big price to pay for someone as unreliable as Kawhi has been, so it's a major gamble. But the upside of this gamble, plus the homecoming storyline, could still make it a gamble worth possibly making. And with that being said, that's all I have for you today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below what you...
Alright, bruh. So I've covered all the recent NBA trades. Like I said, man, I've been busy working on a project that I'm going to introduce to you guys pretty soon here. Just giving it time to get ready, make sure everything's ready on my end. And I'm working with people, so make sure everything's ready on their end too. But yeah, man, so I don't agree with Stephen A. Smith what he said. I think we got to see how this all plays out in NBA trades. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, bro. Please like, comment, subscribe as usual, man. That's gonna do it. Let me know in the comments. Peace.